I don't want this to end, because if this ends, it means we're officially starting the last show. But I don't want it to be the last show, but I'm also mega excited that it is the last show. Welcome everybody. Here we are. Game 60. It's game 60 of the IPL 2021. This is the final. This is what we've all been building up to. Every conversation, all 60-odd conversations that we've had around every match that's been played all this season builds up to right now. My name's Tommy Sandhu. We're here with Bharat Army TV. Bharat Army are the biggest cricket fan group on the planet. Why? Because they support the best cricket team on the planet. Team India, all the way. T20 next week. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we want to say a massive thank you to Paytm First Games. They've supported us all throughout this season and allowed us to bring this show and these fans to you guys. We want to make this the place of real conversations, real fan talk, not just commentator strategy or diplomacy. I'm talking about raw fan experiences. And that's what Paytm are all about. They want real fans to take part in fantasy cricket. Real fans from the street. Real fans like Sachin Tendulkar.
Excuse me, क्या मैं आपके साथ खेल सकता हूँ?
लेकिन मैच तो शुरू हो गया अभी।
नहीं। अबे ये रे सचिन है सचिन।
हाँ मतलब वो भी है
और जीतना भी तो है।
सिर्फ बैटिंग सर।
सचिन की तरह पेटीएम फर्स्ट गेम्स पे मैच शुरू होने के बाद भी आप नया कॉन्टेस्ट एंटर कर सकते हैं।
पेटीएम फर्स्ट गेम्स, खेलो हट के, जीतो जम के।
This game involves the element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
That's right. Play along for fun and enjoy it with Paytm First Games. Pick your fantasy team, download the app right now. You can do that on the Paytm's website. Right. Let's cast our minds back to the start of this season. I think it was 3 decades ago this season started. There's something like that. Probably about, I think Sachin Tendulkar was just born when this season started. That's how long ago it feels like it's been a long time. But a lot's happened. We've got 2 teams here. We've got my CSK guys, who are Prasanna and Rishi, versus my KKR guys, who are Nikhil and Abhijit. CSK, let's start with you guys. Chennai, says Varun, who's messaging in already. You guys have been a solid side, I think, all across all IPLs. But again, it's a continuation of what we know, Prasanna. This is a dependable, solid, sensible side. If I was marrying one of you two, I'd marry CSK. I know he's going to be there for me. Prasanna, will you be there for me?
I don't know about that. I'll just talk about the cricketing side.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah, see, all years, last year was just a break. We just allow other teams to play and say, okay, you go and play. We'll just take a year's break. But apart from that, if anyone said to you, as a franchise, you reach 3 finals in 4 years, you would snap my hand off for it, because 3 finals in 4 years isn't no joke. And yes, we don't have a great record in finals. It's just 3 wins in 8. But just hearing that stat, we've lost more finals than won. That itself is kind of staggering. And that just shows how consistent we have been in. 2008, 2015, 10 so many consecutive playoffs. And then again, 2018 we won. 2019 we just lost by 1 run. Last year we didn't do well, but this year again we have come back. We finished second. We beaten Delhi in qualifier 1, and now we are in the final rerun of 2012. I just can't wait, man. And it's only morning 6:30. So imagine just waking up to the sight of an IPL final, and it's I just can't wait for it. I just can't wait to see 2 brilliant sides. Obviously, Kkr, they have come back well. First leg in India, they didn't do well. So the second leg, they have come back superbly, making some changes. But it's going to be brilliant to see both teams slog it out today.
Yeah, man. I love it. So it's 6:30 in the morning because of where Prasanna's living, right? So, but I like the fact that even though it's 6:30, he's not keeping his voice down. Prasanna's the only person I know who talks like this all the time. And you've got one of those voices that just travels. And you know, your parents, your family are in the other room kind of going, oh, shut up. Oh, God. Him and the IPL. Hi. They're so thankful it's the final, so they don't have to part with Prasanna first thing in the morning. But the passion is real. You see, he's up. He's here. I'll be honest, I don't know how much time you've taken to do your hair or any at all. It doesn't matter, Prasanna. It doesn't matter because you're passionate about your side. You're doing what you have to do, which is represent. Rishi, can you equal that excitement to Prasanna? Oh,
You see this, Tommy?
yes.
This is the donut that I left after the Delhi Capital game. This is the fourth donut that I'm having right now. And this is the fourth trophy that's going to win today.
You've already decided.
That's it.
And what does the donut symbolize for all the other teams? You told me this last time.
I mean, for Delhi, this means 0. They're still at 0. They haven't won a trophy yet. They keep talking about, winning the IPL, being top of the table. And look where they are. They're back in their hotel rooms watching the final today, watching this show, actually. But, jokes apart, I think both Chennai Super Kings and Kkr deserve to be in the final. Chennai, why? Because they played consistently good cricket. They've actually outplayed a lot of teams. We know we didn't win against Delhi Capitals in the group stage, but we managed to defeat them in the playoffs. And then, Kkr, they were bottom of the table in the first leg. They came back from nowhere. No one gave them a chance, to make it to the playoffs. Even to the playoffs, let alone the final. Final was a long, long shot away. But what they've done with their team, they've defeated RCB, who were great in the group stages. They've defeated Delhi Capitals. Abhijit, high five for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you played good cricket. Both the teams have played good cricket, and it actually matters the most. You play good cricket throughout the league stage, but when it comes to the playoffs, you actually have to bring your A game forward. And that's what these two teams did. And now they're in the finals, and it's anyone's game today. But I'm again supporting Chennai Super King. This is my fourth donut from the other day.
Look how happy he is. Only when you've had 4 donuts do you reach that ecstatic level, Nirvana-esque level. Right now, I don't know if it's the sugar, I don't know if it's the final, but Rishi's in a happy place, and I'm not taking him down. Prasanna, actually, Rishi hit the stat there. I think it's 9 out of 12 finals CSK have made. And again, a couple of years they were out for other reasons, right? So 9 out of 12. Yeah, that's many occasions to be the bridesmaid. You're there. You're on. As they say, always a bridesmaid, never the bride. But how many wins? You'll know the stat. How many IPL trophies is that? 4? Three out of 9. Don't take this wrong way, and I mean it with respect. Is that not like sort of annoyingly poor in some respects? Because you're doing all that work, you're getting so close, but that number should be a little bit higher, shouldn't it, Prasanna?
It should be, but this time we don't have Mumbai Indians tax, so I guess I'm a little bit more confident. Well, but saying jokes apart, but the thing is on like the small margins. I mean, even the 2012 final, to go back to it, CSK, we batted well, we scored 190, brilliant batting, and we get Gambhir out early, and you're thinking, oh yes, this could be a final. But then Bisla and Callis, they put out a great partnership. And even towards the end, when we took those wickets, I think it was 16 of 7. And then one no ball from Hilfenas changed everything. If that wasn't a no ball, probably CSK would have done the 3-peat. And it's small things like that. I mean, even if you go back to 2013 final, we bowled brilliantly. We got them out, got Mumbai to 148. And then you see one of the worst batting performances ever.
Yeah.
So it's 2019, just 1 run. That last ball, 2 runs to win. Malinga, I mean, he brings the slow ball out of nowhere. It's these small things that make that what do you say? That just differentiate finals, and that's the difference between winning or losing. You can have in a 40-over game, you can have 39 brilliant overs and 1 bad over. That can change your game. You have to be on your game from start to finish. You cannot slack off for even a single moment.
No.
And, yeah, and given the past CSK Kkr games, I even texted Abhijit that day after our league game that the past few CSK Kkr games have been heart attack games. I expect this one to be 1-2. definitely going down to the last over, last ball, and I see this game going down that way. But we have to be concentrated from first to last. We cannot slack off even for a second.
No, I think that's IPL. I think you've hit the nail. That's the reason why you guys, both teams, are in the final, because you come out at 100 and you end the game at 100. There's no time to drop down, I don't think, in this game. It's not a slow, long game. Let's just have a look at your squad while we're here. Let's have a look at the CSK squad. And just while everybody takes that in, let me just read out a couple of messages. Again, lots of love for Chennai. If you are supporting KKR, Kolkata Knight Riders, I'd love to hear from you as well. Post up your comment on Facebook or on YouTube. Oh, of course. Happy Dussehra, everybody. Happy Dussehra. And look at this. Ronak says, staying in Kolkata and supporting Chennai, does this get more difficult than this? Onkar says, oh, we spotted an imposter. Look out for him. It doesn't matter. Hey, listen, as long as you're celebrating the great game of cricket. Okay, Rishi, talk me through your squad. Look at those names. Are there going to be any changes? No, surely this is too late for changes now.
Too late, Tommy. Exactly. I mean, there's no reason why we should see any changes. Robin Uthappa, who wasn't performing before the first playoff, he came in, he scored those runs for us, he won us that game. MS Dhoni, we kept talking about him that, he's not the finisher anymore. He can't bat, daddy's army. He came in and he finished the game for us.
Yeah.
All these players, they've contributed to Chennai Super Kings winning games here and there. We've seen Rituraj Gaikwad, who's won Man of the Match award this season against every single IPL team. And I think, like Prasanna said, there's no margin for error. This is the game where you have to bring in your A game. Gaikwad and Faf du Plessis have scored all the runs. They need to make sure, that they carry the momentum for one last game and get us that big start. The bowlers have been brilliant. Shardul Thakur has been drafted into the Indian team. I think he'll be riding on that confidence. He's had an amazing England tour. Deepak Char has been a bit off color, but he can come back on any given day. That kind of a performance, he can pull that off. So big names, big names, they can all do it for Chennai Super King. It's just that one person has to put their hand up and say, okay, I'm going to do the most of the hitting. I'm going to do the most of wicket taking today, and let's win this and get title number 4 in the bag today.
Is that the way you see it working, Prasanna? One person taking a sort of a lead, or an MS or somebody else taking the lead on it? Or is this a team effort all round? Does everybody, I know everybody needs to play their part, but does everybody need to step up? Does everybody need to be the hero?
Yeah, everyone needs to take accountability. You cannot just say go for runs or lose a wicket and say, oh, but he also didn't score, or he also gave runs. It doesn't work like that. You need to be accountable, basically. You need to put your best foot forward in the final. You may not have performed in these games, but you get an opportunity in the final. You don't get a better opportunity to perform than this. Even if you have scored that so many runs so far, if you don't score in the final, the runs you scored before doesn't count for anything doesn't count for anything. No. So it's about this game and this game only for now. All other stats, yes, they are there. They are the reason they've got you to a final. But this game counts. This is, as they would say in Avengers, this is the end game. We are in the end game now. It's where it counts now, and they hope the players they take responsibility and they step up tonight, because we know for a fact if all the 11 players in CSK turn up to their potential, there is no chance we're not losing that 4th title tonight.
No, okay, no chance we're losing it, is what he's saying. His confidence is riding high. This is the end game. Who is Thanos? Who is Iron Man? I don't know who's the good guys, who's the bad guys. I'm not going to decide. But actually, what I did say is that CSK are like the dependable, trustworthy boyfriend here. They've always been there at the final. They'll turn up at your house. They'll have a gift every day, every time. So does that mean, Abhijit, that KKR, you're like the bad boy, you're like the rogue, you're the naughty one, you're the one that I shouldn't be dating, but I just can't help but want to meet up with? I don't know what it's going to be like with you, Abhijit.
First of all, my mind is very little at the moment to anticipate your jokes and frame something that will match your expectation. I mean, initially you told you wanted to marry CSK. Just tell me one thing. What is more exciting, a marriage or an extramarital affair? It's up to you to decide. And,
I want to have an affair with you, Abhijit. I want to have an affair with you. That's what I want.
I mean, tell what you are thinking honestly, because I don't know. Someone must be watching.
No, it's fine. My wife's here. My wife's here. She can hear me. Babe, I'm going to have an affair with KKR. Nothing. Not bothered.
No,
See? Not bothered. Not bothered.
She's not, she's not there. It means you are at someone else's house.
No, I promise you. I promise you I'm not. But what the main thing is, what I'm trying to get to, you're that kind of, you're up, you're down, you're out, you're in, you're fighting, the inconsistencies make it very entertaining. Do you feel you deserve, Rishi was very generous earlier on, but do you feel you're worthy of this final? Should it have been DC? Should it have been Mumbai Indians? Should it have been RCB?
I mean, if you look at the IPL as a complete season, people will think that DC might have deserved the chance more. But if you look at only the second leg, as you mentioned rightly, that it was ages ago, the first leg. So in the second leg, we have only lost 2, and both the losses went till the last. And against CSK, it went till the last ball, and against Punjab, it went till the last over. So just tell me one reason why we don't deserve in the final, because whenever we lost, we made sure to give a complete fight, and in the last over, it's a team game, but it will be completely the skill of that bowler who is bowling the last over and that batsman who is facing the last batsman. That's where the match gets decided. So KKR completely deserve this chance. I mean, just one point that is we are missing at the moment, that is the form of Owen Morgan. Imagine this batting lineup with Owen Morgan at his peak batting form, and this will become a side to beat. And honestly speaking, I find both Chennai Super Kings and KKR to be running parallel. Both have solid opening partnerships, then little bit of break here and there in the middle order. Then two captains who are not at their peak. I mean, although Morgan is still playing the international cricket, but we know what he is going through. Then, one all-rounder who can chase game. I mean, we have been in the receiving end of Jadeja, but we also have a Sunil Narine who does the same with immediate effect. So both the teams man-to-match marking is 50-50. I mean, it can be anybody's game. So I completely disagree with anyone if someone says that KKR did not deserve a chance. KKR is the most deserving team in the second leg, and that's why they are in the final.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And actually, on that note, because you're in the final, because KKR are an unpredictable squad. They're playing in a way that hasn't had the kind of consistency that CSK have. And therefore, Nikhil, don't you think you're going to be a little bit of a problem for MS Dhoni here? Because if I was Dhoni, I wouldn't know what kind of KKR is going to turn up. That works in your favor, doesn't it?
Yep, absolutely. As you said rightly, the term unpredictable. All the teams, for all the teams, we were unpredictable this season, and other teams, really, are wary of, what KKR will bring to the table, what will be the kind of strategy, because, KKR makes the strategy, they're very particular. Like if we see the match versus RCB in the eliminator, the kind of field sets they were that were put in by the captain Morgan, and then the bowling rotation, they have specific plans for each and every player. So I'm sure they might have done their homework. And adding to your point, why KKR deserve the finals, I have been hearing on the internet many a times that people say KKR just got lucky. You might get lucky in 1 or 2 games, but luck is not such a factor which will bring you to the finals of in such an elite, the best T20 tournament. So yeah, they have proven everyone wrong. Yeah, we had a really forgettable first leg, but the way we came back in the second leg was absolutely commendable. And as a KKR fan, the community of KKR fans are really happy, to see the way they are performing. And I just can't wait to add the third star myself by a sketch pen to the jersey this time.
He's going manual. Good. Yeah, I'm not waiting for the official star to be added on there. No, I think you're right. I think people often will determine a certain player's ability as luck if they don't understand the technique, the strategy that's going on. If we can see the progressive strategy maybe in some teams, and we go, okay, look, that's the strategy they put in place. But when we don't understand it, we go, it's lucky. That's all it is. Let's have a look at the squad, the KKR squad, because there's talk. And I don't understand this. Abhijit, perhaps you could share some light. There's talk of Owen Morgan taking himself out the squad. Why would he do that?
I mean, I have not heard of something like that. Just 1 second. Okay, so you wanted to ask me like why Owen Morgan is not taking him out of the squad? or
Well,
I mean, should he take?
I tell you, it was Michael Vaughan that said it. Michael Vaughan kind of goes, oh, you wouldn't, because I wouldn't drop Owen Morgan.
I don't take Michael Vaughan seriously. I mean, he when in World Test Championship when it rained, he just gives any. I mean, he's just Rakhi Sawant of cricket. I don't take him seriously. So
Uh,
so I mean, he has a point. To be honest, he has a point.
he said Owen Morgan might drop himself, is what he said. Do you think
No.
why would Owen Morgan take himself out? And if you know, when you look at that team selection,
No, I mean this is a huge opportunity, both for KKR and Owen Morgan. And what I feel, Owen Morgan is not. He is also quite similar like Dhoni. He also does not express much. He stays calm. And what I am feeling is this will be one of the highly motivating cause for him to step up to the game, step up to the occasion. Because again, even if he drops himself today, he will have to play. He'll have to captain England, which is happening in the same venue. So I don't see any point why he will drop himself because I mean such an occasion where I am sure he must be getting a lot of praise and respect from his teammates and coaching staff because of his captaincy skills. Yes, I mean even a 10-year-old kid like Michael Vaughan can say that he has not scored runs. But the way he has done that bowling changes and fielding placements and everything, and even last year we were losing because of an unsettled batting order, and as you rightly mentioned, unpredictable team. But can you say the same for the second leg? No, we are playing the same team. Just Prasidh Krishna got replaced by Shubham Mavi, and Andre Russell got injured. So I mean, once he got replaced by Team Safford, and then Shakib is continuing. So there is no change, to be honest. Only changes are because of lack of form or injury issues. So Owen Morgan, I want him to play, and this is such a big occasion. I want him to be the man of the match today because that will be the cherry on top of the cake. And bigger, this is what he has been doing for so long. So
they're coming to get you. They're coming
time.
to get the CSK fans are coming to get you. Save yourself, Abhijit. Tell them. Ah! No, you know what? I think that's Rishi's delivery of donuts that have just turned up for you.
No, we have won 2 times. We don't need donuts.
Okay,
we have won 2
right,
times.
okay.
And
Yeah,
we have
door.
won against CSK.
We went nuts twice. We went door nuts. That's what it is when we won. It's young versus old, Nikhil. That's what they're also saying. It's a youthful team versus experienced team. Which one would you be happier to be on the side of right now? I know what you're probably going to say, but there's a lot to be said for experience in a game like this.
Well, yeah, you know, as everyone said, this is the game which counts. So yeah, and CSK also have experience of playing in the finals. No matter they have lost, you know, they have won only 3 out of the 8 finals played.
Yeah.
But still, playing in a final is experience always counts. But yeah, at the same time, you know, the youth, the warm blood, you know, they are also, you know, ready to, you know, bring joy and win the trophy as well. And I wanted to add, in 2012, it was Manvinder Bisla who did it for us. In 2014, it was Manish Pandey. And in 2021, it's going to be another M, Morgan. So yeah, I hope it's today is his night.
Yeah. So you'll be celebrating. So while Rishi's having donuts, you're having M&M's and just lots of M's. Just keep eating them. Just eat whatever you like. Listen, it's going to be a superb final. How will you be watching it today, Abhijit? What happens in Abhijit the fans' household?
To be honest, because of COVID and everything, and honestly, when your team, I mean, this is a hard pill that everyone will agree with me. If your team goes to the final, then other members who are supporting other teams, they don't care. I mean, someone is supporting Mumbai Indians, someone is supporting Punjab Kings. They don't care literally. Like you win, you lose, it's your game. But eventually, when last half an hour or so, the game is about to conclude, they will come and they will say, if we have won, oh, ठीक है, जीत गए, we knew you would won. And if they would have lost, पता था मैंने कि तुम हारोगे ये and वो. But again, to be honest, because of how you and me are in the same house right now because of internet, whatever. So again, I will give a call to you. you can tell like which marriage is sweeter or extramarital affair is sweeter at that time. And I am more. I mean, Nikhil, I know from last 2 years. There are many people whom I know since a long time. And even if an Instagram live or a Zoom call, that will never going to be stopping tonight, because tomorrow is a Saturday and a weekend. I work for IT, so I'll sleep peacefully. And this is also a holiday, so this party will not end if we win. Because for Chennai, I mean, sorry to say, but for Chennai, it might be an used to feeling of them in the final. But for us, it has come after 6 years, so it is a big occasion for us.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. For KK, it's a special opportunity. But Nikhil, the one thing we saw with Dhoni, you know, when he came out and he took charge in that last over and got the big runs that were needed, is that this is a side, because of their experience, that can dig that little bit deeper. Where does the KKR magic come from? What is it? Because we're all talking about what CSK bring. What does your squad bring that will take this squad apart, the CSK squad apart?
Well, in our squad, there have been quite a few players who have stepped up, mainly 7 or 8 of them. So, even one or two of them, go all guns blazing, be it batting or in bowling. They might make the difference. And I think Russell might play today because of two reasons. We saw him warming up quite hard in the last two matches. And yeah, this is not Sharjah, this is Dubai. Complete different track, different ground dimensions. And I think Russell would, prove Russell would prove a very good weapon against CSK. And both the finals we have played, we have 100% record, and we have chased 190 plus. So KKR also knows how to chase high scores in crunch matches as finals. So yeah, there is a positive vibe around us, and hope KKR gives tears of joy to the city of joy and all the fans of Kolkata.
Okay, Prasanna, just what are your thoughts on Andre Russell? Because there's a little bit talking like, he might be the key man on the other side. I've heard that quite a few times from lots of people now. You worried about him?
I'm obviously like you know what he can bring to the game with his hitting. He is the person who can start hitting from ball one. We saw even earlier this season. I mean, I still don't know how he got out to Sam Curran that way. I mean, moving and then showing his leg stump that way. And like before that, he completely took liberties with all the bowlers. I mean, be it Thakur, be it Jadeja, be it Ngidi, everyone. He just sat there and when you bowl, I'll just hit. It's not that if you, whatever you bowl, I hit. If you bowl, I'll hit. Simple as that. It's like just see ball, hit ball. He was hitting every ball. And when he got out, I was like, oh, thank God. But never did we know that what Pat Cummins would do, even though we won at the end. Like some those innings like that just gives you scares. That gives you a scare definitely. When someone hits like that from ball one, you know what a beast he is. But to be frank, I don't think Kkr will change with that combination because they've been doing well. I mean, they always say, why fix something when it's not broken? Yeah. So,
I
won't be surprised if they play Russell today, to be fair, because it's a final and, he has that extra experience and whatnot.
So yeah, you're right. You think it's one match, it's the final. Come on, Russell, let's bring him out for it. But you're right. Not only, sorry, I just want to add to it really and say, not only is it, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's working really well. So it's not just not broke, it's working. So yeah, right. What will happen? What will happen? All will be revealed. This is it, people. This is the moment we've been building up to. It's the final. So we've had you guys go against each other. We've had you guys share your tactics and your strategies of young versus old, and also tactics on the day. We want the best performances from both sides. But here's what you look like as a combined squad. Is somebody playing music, or is that it feels like it's an anthem of some kind playing in the background? I thought maybe the celebratory music is starting already. Well, let's have a look at your combined squads. This is your Paytm fantasy squad. You can pick yours on Paytm First Games. Okay, Paytm First Game. Download the app at paytmfirstgames.com. That's our super fantasy squad. Here are our top picks for the day for the last time. Jadeja and Gaikwad for Chennai, and Gill and Chakravarti for Kolkata. That's how we are picking our squad. You should do the same. I'm sad. I don't want to do the last fighting talk. I don't want this to be over. I'm very glad we've got the T20 World Cup. And of course, by the way, I will be out there. Subject to me passing my PCR test tomorrow. And then we'll be in Dubai for next week with the Bharat Army covering all the T20 action. Make sure you stay across all of the Bharat Army socials to see all the various videos and content that we'll be bringing you from all the Dubai action. But right now, for the last time, it's time for fighting talk. Who would like, Rishi, we've not heard from you for a bit, so I want to kick things off with you. Everybody's going to do it today, so I'm going to give you however much time you want, Rishi, but about 30 seconds. Prasanna, Nikhil, and then Abhijit as well. Okay? So are you ready? My man Rishi, is the donut in the system? You're all powered up? Then let's go full stream with Rishi. Here we go. Your time starts now, brother.
वो कहते हैं ना, हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं और हारते ही रहने वाले को कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स कहते हैं. 13 years and just 2 IPL trophies, वो भी तुक्के से आई हैं. If you look at the Chennai Super Kings season, we've smashed KKR left, right, and center. There hasn't been an opportunity where KKR has come on top of us and been like a clinical performance. Come today, MS Dhoni is going to teach who the Bap is, and we are going to smash KKR. And let's not forget, donuts are on me if we win our 4th title. If you do, well, I'll be sending you some rasgullas, but rasgullas are very difficult. It's going to be donuts all day today.
Prasanna, go. Take the baton.
Just can't wait for today. It is the final, all the big moment we all have been waiting for. We have more recent experience in finals, so I think we can do it. And for the 4th time, we are going to become champions.
4th time, it's coming. It's coming. He's sure they're adding to their winning title. Right, we switch sides. Nikhil for Kolkata Knight Riders against the Chennai Super Kings. You guys are probably seen as the underdogs. Give it some fighting talk. Let's put some fear into the other side. Nikhil, your 30 seconds starts now.
CSK and KKR have met only once in the playoff and they won. That's what matters. So this is something which I have written. दशहरा का दिन आज होगा हमारे नाम, हासिल करने चले आईपीएल आज की शाम. केकेआर को मिला है बेशुमार प्यार, इस बार बाजी मारने को है तैयार. शेरों की गुफा में दहाड़ेंगे आज, छीन के पहनेंगे आज सर पे ताज. जीत का सिलसिला आज रहेगा जारी, आरसीबी डीसी के बाद आज आई है सीएसके की बारी. राहुल के छक्के ने भर दिया है जोश, आज फाइनल में उड़ा देंगे सबके होश. 2012 की यादें फिर से करेंगे ताजा, सीएसके को हराने का अलग ही है मजा. रह जाओगे तुम ट्रॉफी से दूर, क्योंकि आज हम जीतेंगे जरूर. दुर्गा माँ का आशीर्वाद है हमारे साथ, आईपीएल की ट्रॉफी आएगी कोलकाता के हाथ. कोर बोलो और वो जीत बो.
Dare I say it, Nikhil? Dare I say it? That was probably your best one. I got goosebumps at certain points in that as well. Really well done. Thank you so much for making the effort. Abhijit, take the baton, keep running with it. Add your points. Your time starts now.
I am not here to say like CSK what they are going to do, but I am going to say to KKR, 40 ओवर है तुम्हारे पास. अगर ये 40 ओवर तुमने अपनी जिंदगी की बेहतरीन क्रिकेट खेल ली, तो ये 40 ओवर तुमसे कोई नहीं छीन सकता, खुदा भी नहीं. और आज मैं तुम्हें नहीं बताऊंगा कि सीएसके को हराते कैसे हैं. वो बस जडेजा हरा के गया था, सीएसके नहीं. तुम आज दिखाओगे फील्ड में कि जीतते कैसे हैं. कौन KKR.
Come on, Rich. Rishi, you got to have enjoyed that. I saw you smiling.
I did. Absolutely. I mean, that was amazing. Tommy, at the end of the day, whoever wins, it's the cricket that has brought us together. It is Indian Premier League bringing us all together. And, it's amazing to see what an amazing season we've had after, that one break. But it's lovely to see how it all is going to end now.
Absolutely. And I think we've got 2 very different squads making this final. And that's what's so great. And if you want to take anything, I think, from me as a lesson of life here, all our paths are going to be different. But you guys are united right now in your presence in the final. We're united, me living in England, a lot of you guys in India or America or North American countries, we're united. we're united, we come together in our own paths, and the teams are doing the same thing today. So let's roll on with a great IPL final. I encourage you all to enjoy it. Please download the Paytm First Games app if you want to play along. Thank you to Bharat Army TV. Thank you to Paytm First Games. Enjoy your IPL final. Please do stay across all our social media because we will be covering the T20 World Cup. Just a final chance to say thank you to all of the contributors from all the different fan groups. You know, again, I'm going to forget people, but your Varnathan, your Manders, help me out, you Sanchit, and oh God, everybody all across all the teams. Oh, Prasanna has a point. Go on, Prasanna, what did you want to add to it?
Yeah, just sad that it's gone. This IPL is going to end so early. We thought October. We thought like September. We never thought this would end this early. But anyway, we obviously like all of us are going to be united to support Team India, and I'm sure Abhijit will somehow invite me on his Instagram live to talk about India. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like we're all cricket fans, and we are going to support India. And this time, in like about 9 days, we face Pakistan in Dubai. And yeah, man, let the cricket just roll on. I just can't wait. As a cricket, this is the best time to be a cricket fan when you see your team or teams in action, just play throughout, and you're engaged in somewhat form or the other.
Yeah, and not only that, you guys particularly, you got the best of all worlds. Your teams are in the final of the IPL. Your team are in the super section of the T20 World Cup. You know, Team India. So you're right. Not only do you get to enjoy cricket, you get to enjoy it at the highest possible level. Thank you so much. Thank you, Akshat, Sankit, Varun, and all the other people that have got involved in today's show. It's hugely appreciated. I love all the comments. Loved hanging out with you guys. Enjoy the final. Until next time, I'll catch you later. From behalf of Bharat Army TV and Paytm, see you later, guys. Love you.